One thing I'm not going to do is worry about things we can't control. That's something that is the benefits of coming the day before. The kickoff's not till tomorrow night. Our flight was delayed this morning, everybody knows that. Changed a little bit the schedule and what we were doing and arrival times and things, but which is why you put plans in place to make sure that if anything does come up, we've got time to react, and we've certainly done that, and the players have now gone to the pitch, they've trained well, they're ready. I think tomorrow night takes care of itself because of that, because of the magnitude of the game, the occasion and the rewards from last season that we've been working towards. Every single minute of pre-season has been towards tomorrow night.
You're actually dealing well with stuff you can't legislate for, also a sign of a good team. And
yeah, I think I try and say this all the time, you can only worry about things you can affect. If you can't affect it, then we need to be quickly moving on and making sure we're always trying to do the best we can, and I think we've certainly done that today. We've done that all pre-season to try and make sure the players are in the best possible shape coming into tomorrow night. And I think hopefully we'll have done that. We won't find out until we get on the pitch tomorrow night, but it's something that all the pre-season has been geared up towards tomorrow, and the players are all ready for it, because why would you not want to play in European football, and what comes with that, because that's something that doesn't always happen in your career. You can have a fantastic career and never have the opportunity to play in Europe, so it is one of the perks of playing for a big club like Hibs, and the rewards for being successful, which we have been last season. But you feel this squad is maybe now stronger. I think that's the challenge all the time, is to always try and improve the group. I think what we did do last season is we've done a lot of good work at the back end of the season, retaining players and understanding what we had in the building. We had a lot of really good players, a real good togetherness and core within the group that went through adversity at the start as well. So that's another thing that through the tough times they all stuck together, we all worked hard, and they always want to improve. And that's something that, as a coach, is brilliant to work with every single day, because they are wanting to improve all the time. And we've got a real good balance between experienced players that help the younger ones and younger ones that are desperate to be as successful as they can be. So I think in terms of the group, we've done a couple of additions really early, which is great, which needed to be done. And whilst the window's open, we'll always be trying to improve the group if we feel something can be done and the right type of people come up. But I'm delighted with what we've done already. But whilst the window's open, you always need to be proactive.
You've had some statement wins in your first year. Where would this rank if you were to go and get a positive result against a team like Midtjylland?
Yeah, that's the challenge to the players. It's a real tough draw, we know that. I think in terms of obviously how well Midtjylland have done in Europe. I think about Champions League team last season, they were runner-up in the league narrowly right at the very end of the season, so we know they're a very good side. They've got Champions League players, experienced at the level, but we also demonstrated that if we can play to the best of our ability, we're a very good side, and that has to be the mindset of the players. Now, it will be a tough test, we know that. The game tomorrow night is over 2 legs, so it's not as if if we go a goal up in the game early or a goal down for that matter. There's a lot of football to be played over the 2 games for the complete tie, so it is about making sure that players remember that, they stay calm in the chaos, and they'll enjoy it, because this is something that they've all worked hard for. The rewards for last season, I keep saying it, this is the rewards from last season. It's a tough tie, but one that every player should be looking forward to, and certainly come off the pitch with no regrets. And if we can do that, I'm sure we'll be in a good place.
And what difference can it make having 1,000 fans here?
It'll be brilliant. As soon as I seen the draw, I've got fond memories of being here myself as a player, playing in Denmark, and I think as soon as I seen the draw, all the talk of my friends and family that went to that game spoke about the trip itself. So the game, some people can't even remember the game. They went to the game probably because of how good the trip was. So I think I'm sure, listen, there'll be 1,000, there'll be more than that, there'll be more than that in the city, there'll be very noisy, they'll enjoy it, and again, it's their rewards. This is the rewards for sticking with us always, as they always do. They went through it all last season, and these are days they need to enjoy and look forward to, and hopefully, as I just said there, it's the first of many and we can be successful.
How big is this for you on a personal level? Hibs boss taking them into Europe for the first time?
It is. It's something that, at the start of the season, I knew this as soon as I came to the football club, the demands and the expectation, and I've now obviously worked at the club for a very long time, so I understand it, and I feel the pressure and the expectation every single day. I've also enjoyed it as a player, the European side to it, but it is why you come to this club. It is why I was very grateful for the opportunity to be able to, if you are successful, it's a genuine opportunity to play in Europe, to coach in Europe, test myself against, and my coaching staff against European coaches and different styles of play, which is something which is exciting, but also it's the opportunity to, obviously Europeans are a bit different, but domestically to be successful, to win things. It's a big club that deserves to be playing in Europe when it's been successful, and I think we've definitely benefited from that last year.
You were telling the players, reminding them to enjoy it. Do you apply that to yourself as well?
Probably not. No. If I'm being honest, I think naturally I'm just caught up in what I'm doing every single day, trying to make sure we're as prepared as they can be, so the players know exactly what they're going to face as much as we can. With a game plan to win every single game. That's how we address every game. There's different ways to do that. There's never just a plan A, there's always plan B and C, and we need to be adaptable and flexible, as we've demonstrated last season. And as I've just said, you've touched on about enjoying it. That's definitely the message to the players, because your career goes over in a flash. I know that. I'm at the other side of it. From a playing point of view, but these are nights that will live with you for the rest of your life, and you need to enjoy them. Give yourself every opportunity by being the best you can be in everything you've got to try and be successful, and have no regrets when you come off after it.
What would it mean to you as a manager if you could try and lead this Hibs team into European group stage football for the first time?
Well, that is a challenge. That's a challenge to the players. It's never been done. So last season we spoke a lot about recreating history in a positive way. We've done a lot of that last season, and I think this is just the next stage for that. So once the draw was made, it was always going to be difficult. We know that. There's also different ways in which that can be achieved this season. So we need to, obviously, as I just touched on, that is one of the genuine goals and ambitions of this group of players and the club and the staff, is to try and be the first team to do that. And I think if we can do that, again, it's just something else we can add to the list, and then we can keep moving forward. But it's where we believe we can do it. We believe we've got a squad that's good enough to do it, but it's going to be tough, we know that. But we've got a fan base, we've got an ownership, and we've got the players all pulling in the one direction, all desperate to be successful.
You've got a club record signing here. How ready is he, and how excited are you about his capability?
Yes, very excited. I think at the same time, he's only been in the door 5 minutes, so it's something that I don't want to put too much expectation on early. He's settled in well, clearly for the attributes and what we've seen in him is why we wanted to bring him to the football club. So I'm delighted with the business that we've done and been able to do that. And that he decided to come to Hibs to try and, for his next step in his career. He played at a very good level, scored a lot of goals, and affects game of football at a really high level. So I think he's a really good addition. He will be a really good addition. Not, as I've just touched on there, doesn't happen overnight. Adapting to new styles, to me, to my Scottish language, rather than just the normal English that people would learn. So I think not all that takes time. It takes time to settle in. So I'm delighted with the business, and he'll be ready when he's ready.
Would he be ready for tomorrow night?
Yeah, he's available. He's had a pre-season. It's not as if he's not had pre-season. He's also had minutes in pre-season at Lucerne, so that's good. He's safe to do it. We got him on the pitch against Bolton, albeit for 15-20 minutes at the end. But we also knew his working week up until that point, so we weren't going to take an unnecessary risk by throwing him straight into a Bolton game, a pre-season friendly, without having the understanding exactly where he was at physically. So we had that. We had confidence in it. He'd be able to do that. And then since then, he's looking sharper every day in training. He's probably becoming more settled around the group, because you know what it's like when you first come into a new place of work. It's brilliant, and once the balls come out, everybody gets excited. But I think at the same time, it's about again, quality of the group and welcoming players when they come in and helping them to settle. And I've certainly got a lot of good players and good leaders that can help with that.